It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we've got the Bengals leader at quarterback. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Bengals and the Eagles under the lights on Sunday night.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback, standing at 6'5". To throw is Green, throwing to start the drive. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Point after try forthcoming. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up and see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Myers. He coughed it up, and the Bengals grab it. And he's got some space here. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Now Green looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And that is no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But he doesn't hit that one quite right, and it winds up an empty possession.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Myers. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
They'll look to set up his blockers. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Throwing to start the drive. Green. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Myers. That swung out wide to Sanders. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Myers. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And take it right on the 30. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But, Charles, what a start here for them in this game. Still in the first quarter, a sizable lead and pitching a shutout on the other side is their defense.
The game plan is certainly in effect, isn't it? Working awfully well on the offensive side of the ball. They keep compiling points, and the defense playing with a lot of confidence and shutting them out thus far.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a ball. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Hard to imagine a quarterback like this would be available in a trade. I mean, what an impact he's going to have.
And you know exactly why they went out and got him. They want to win and win big, and he provides that opportunity for them.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. It's their quarterback with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. This first quarter with his arm, now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. To throw again, Myers. The Sanders has got it complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
This is taken at the 23. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Green to throw on second down. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Give him 30 yards there. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch them.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
To throw is Myers on third down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Taking it about the 36. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Green. And that is dropped. Oh, that could have been a near certain 6 points. He was all alone, but he could not look it in. My, oh, my. And here's Green, throwing again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain. Team as it's 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. So we have reached halftime here. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's got room. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Myers.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Operating from the gun. Green sliding out of the pocket.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. He's got it.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Bengals. From a yard out.
And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Looking to throw. Myers. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Okay, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Now Green throwing again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Back to throw. Green. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. Myers to throw again.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Green. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
The try here for the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Myers.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll look to throw. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Okay, right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. Green down on 1st and 10.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Green. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw on second down. Green. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
3rd and goal and still a long way from the end zone.
Back to throw. Green. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Myers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively. And it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of it.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble. But people that can't see this, but you got a ball in your hands now, and you got the thing locked in pretty well. You got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you'd run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So this one in.